And comments on the first of the two splits of senior bull calves. Here's our judge.
I think this is probably one of the higher quality sets of just cattle in general that we've seen, and each is unique and has their pieces that I really, really appreciate about it. I think the bull that kind of puts it all together for me is the class winner, and not only is he flexible and really good off of both ends, he's got some meat and some power to him, really three-dimensional when you get in behind him. Just nitpicky things I'd probably like to see him set up on the angle of his pastern just a little bit, but a calf that's you know, not only does he look good out here, he's functional and a really unique breeding piece for this operation. A calf I really like on a standstill in second, and probably patterns in terms of the way the muscle dimension and total shape to our class winner, just being a really long and stretchy and elevated through his front 1/3. I think where I take issue on this calf, and it's when he gets going away from you, he gets really closed up underneath and narrow based. But I still see him as sound enough, and I think I think there's so many other really good pieces about this calf, being smooth, balanced, long, stretchy, and you know, a really good type and kind that I don't want to acknowledge the issues I see in him, but he still deserves to be up here in second hole. Two unique individuals that come to us next, a little rounder in their overall type and kind. The young lady's bull we come to in third is the leanest and trimmest in his presentation, but I also think he's probably the narrowest top bull that we hit today. But I really like the shape to his stifle, and a really shapely design to him. He's really elevated through his front 1/3 again. I like where he's at in terms of a mass and maturity standpoint. And we just need to ski him a little square out of his hip, a little deeper twist to, or a little deeper turn to his flank. But a calf that I really like, if you're going for that shapely design and those really shapely steer calves, he's probably one to tie into. I think the fourth place calf needs to be talked about on a deeper level, because I think from a fundamental standpoint, he gets out and goes as good as anything we've seen today. You know, really mobile and flexible off of both ends. In this class, he's a little underwhelming, being the, you know, I would suspect the pounds lightest calf in this January class, and I worry about him from a performance standpoint. Also from a foot standpoint, I think he has a well-designed foot, but I just want to see a bigger foot underneath him. And if you were to put a little more pounds and a little more dimension on him, I'd hope that foot size would come with it. I think he's fundamentally correct, just a little underwhelming in this class.
Thank you, Judge Tyson Hertz from Fir Mountain, Saskatchewan. First place in this class and advancing to our division championship. Entry 1313, Elders Platinum 906G. From the Elder family. Entry 1313 is our class winner. And in second place, also advancing, entry 1321, HRJ George 925G from Johnson Charolais. Marking your show program on the first split of Charolais Senior Bull Calves, entry 1321 is second, 1313 first, entry 1297 is third, and entry 1296 is fourth in class. Next up will be our second split, which we're expecting 4 into the ring. There is a scratch from our second split. Please, folks, scratch entry 1310, the first one listed in your show program. Please scratch entry 1310. 1, 2, 3. And Judge Hertz, your class is complete. Once again, we would like to remind everybody that right here in this Hall B, it will be tonight's Three Chords and the Roots Songwriters Circle Concert. From 7 to 9 tonight, the Three Chords and the Roots Songwriter Circle, in support of mental health for farmers, is holding a series of concerts, including the one right here in Hall B. The concert starts at 7 p.m., and if you're here, you can go to it. The tickets for it are included in your gate admission. Now, they wouldn't mind if there were donations that took place that are all going to the Do More Agriculture Foundation in support of mental health for farmers. Admission to it's free, but donations are certainly welcome. on behalf of Mental Health for Farmers to the Do More Agriculture Foundation. A great enhancement to our farm fair experience, courtesy of Northlands. Many thanks to the Three Chords and the Roots Songwriter Circle Concert. And comments from Judge Tyson Hertz on the second split of senior Charolais Bull calves.
Again, when we talk about these cattle, I always like to try and find class advantages, and it's pretty evident. First through fourth, there's advantages you can find in each and every one of these bulls. And again, I say depending on your program, you could stack these up a lot of different ways, and what your personal preference is, that's fine by me. They asked me to come out here and give my opinion, and I'm humbled by that opportunity. And with that responsibility, I think that there's fundamentals that we need to talk about in this cattle industry. For me, it always starts at the ground up. This is a better footed bull when you compare these two top contenders. You know, is he a little weaker behind his shoulders and softer spined? Absolutely. But he's a good footed one that's got some flex and go off of both ends. And we always talk about structure, and I preach that, you know, not only in our herd, but in the ring as well. And I just stay true to my colors here and just pick the better footed bull to win the class. Now, sheer power and dimension, undoubtedly in this second place bull. Whatever angle you study him at, you can find muscle from his forearm up to his shoulder, down his spine, into his stifle, deep down into his twist. Just a heavy, heavy muscled dude. Where I take concern on this calf is just the way his back foot reads. Just with that much mass and power, we need a bigger, better designed, rounder foot. He's just a little longer in his toes. He is a little lethargic out here getting around the ring today. I know these cattle are getting tired, and we're getting close to tie-out time. And I mean, exhibitors, judges, and people watching the show are probably ready to just go have a cold one somewhere. But I think in terms of just sheer mass and muscle, this calf excels and might be, you know, one of the biggest structured and biggest skeleton calf we've seen today. Just take issue with the way his foot is designed. In terms of balance, I think that this third place bull is hitting the nail on the head. When you get off him from the side, all three pieces from his shoulder forward to his rib and then his hip, they all fit together, they all match. Now with that, I see him as just a little quicker and more compact in his makeup. And again, I think from a testicular development standpoint, I am a little concerned on this calf. Again, I'm not going to try and project these things into springtime because I know they hit their growth curve at different times of the year. But at this stage of the game and in this class, I am slightly concerned. And again, we just want to stretch him out in all directions. The gentleman's bull that we round the class off with, again, probably would pattern with my second place bull the best, just being really boxy in his design. You know, really opens up with some sheer dimension and red meat down the top side of his skeleton and carries it into his lower stifle. For me, I'd like to see a little more heel under this calf and then probably elevate him as he comes out of his shoulder. But in terms of meat, I really like this calf and what he offers and brings to the table. Again, class advantages all the way through. We went ahead and used the better footed, sounder structured bull to win the deal.
And thank you, Tyson. Entry 1309 wins this class. MVY Governor 5G from McAvoy Charolais. He'll advance to our very next class, which will be our Senior Bull Calf Championship. An MMM Bismarck 950G from Triple M Farms will join him there as second place in this class. If you're marking a show program on the second split of our Charolais Senior Bull Calves, entry 1310 is a scratch, 1309 first, 1301 is third, 1307 is second, and 1308 is fourth. As our four contenders for champion and reserve champion senior bull calf prepare to come into the ring, we want to let you know a couple of things. One, the group classes will take place before the grand champion bull class. So folks, if you have get of sire, produce of dam, and breeder's herd, be prepared to have those coming into the ring prior to the grand champion bull class. Our last class will be our grand champion bull class. And after the Charolais show is done, the Alberta Charolais Association invites you for a pizza party back in the stalls. So here are our top two from each of our two classes of Charolais